how you're showing up authentically in your life. And why is it built on stilts? Let me drill down into that for you. It could be built on stilts. So let's take a look at your work life. If you are not showing up authentically who you are at work, how does that financially show up? Well, if you're not really responding to team members and to your boss because you're trying to corporate posture or you're trying to just do the job because you need the paycheck to do what you got to do, at some juncture, you're not going to get the bonuses you expect. You're not going to get the pay raises that you expect. You're going to be passed over for promotions. Why? Because you're not actually aligning into who you are as your heart and soul. Buddy, what is going on? I am Julie Murphy, and I am going to help you get to a life that you love. And today we are going to drill down into, is your financial life built on stilts? What do I mean by that? If we look at a practical financial level, it may be that I'm talking about, like, what are your debt levels? What are your cash flows? What's your income going in? Did you lose your job? Blah, blah. We're going to go a little bit deeper than that today. But before we do that, I want you to hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe, like, and please share this with those that you love, because it is time for us all to take back our personal power with money yet again. I don't care if you're income affluent or asset affluent or a little bit of both, or you have a lack thereof. All of these concepts apply to you because it's about all of us showing up in exactly the version that we are. I've come to learn that if we don't let our personal freak flag fly, meaning that we actually show up authentically us, your financial life is built on stilts. Meaning that if the hurricane comes in, it's taking you out. It's taking you out. Which is why I think so many people have so much anxiety around their money, no matter how many zeros you have. This is what happens. So let's drill down into it. So I'm going to talk about, so in my book, Awaken Your Wealth, I just want to point out on page 60, I call it soulful living. And what I talk about here is that we have to look at things from your financial life, your work life, your family life, and your personal life. And it's about how you're showing up authentically in your life. And why is it built on stilts? Let me drill down into that for you. It could be built on stilts. So let's take a look at your work life. If you are not showing up authentically who you are at work, how does that financially show up? Well, if you're not really responding to team members and to your boss because you're trying to corporate posture or you're trying to just do the job because you need the paycheck to do what you got to do, at some juncture, you're not going to get the bonuses you expect. You're not going to get the pay raises that you expect. You're going to be passed over for promotions. Why? Because you're not actually aligning into who you are as your heart and soul. So that way, the rest of the world can't show up that way. Now, there's a lot of research that is out there. Greg Braden is one of them. And he is a geologist, so he understands how the earth really works from an energetic perspective. We live in a hologram. And so in my first book, The Emotion Behind Money, actually, I'm going to pull this one out because in The Emotion Behind Money, I talk about how do you build your wealth from the inside out. Because we live in this hologram, however it is that you are in the inside and showing up in the world has to, it absolutely has to show up and reflect that back to you. I know that might be a concept that might be hard to grasp, but bear with me here because this is why your world shows up the way that it's showing up. And if you don't drill down into realizing that you are absolutely the creator of your life, you're going to keep creating something that you don't want because you're not actually showing up in an authentic manner. Like me being a financial planner. I had so many people in my industry go, Julie, you're like a one-hit wonder. You're so good. Like, but it's not really a repeatable process, but gosh, you're so cute in what you do. Well, now I have a whole team of financial planners and we're doing it. And it's not just me. Because the industry did not know how to interpret the emotional side of money when I started doing this 20 years ago. Now, people are starting to go, there's something to this. We do kind of have to worry about the human heart in the process of managing their money, or we kind of have some problems then. So you have to authentically show up. Now, if you're not getting the pay raises that you want at your job, ask yourself the question, what is it that is your ideal world in a job? Because it may not mean that you actually have to shift your job to get the pay raise, get the bonus, get the promotion. You just have to shift how you're showing up at your job. A lot of it has to do with holding healthy boundaries, not letting people push you around, speaking what's true for you. It's not your job to worry about how that lands with other people. Your job is to speak your truth and to be authentic. And if you're let go from your job because of that, great, because you weren't supposed to be there anyway. And you may say to me, Jewel, I still have to pay the bills. Okay, well, then you need to really sit down. What I would work with clients on is I want you to articulate exactly what is it, not only from a demographic standpoint, like normal job functions of what you do, but also the psychographic standpoints of a new job. And be agnostic whether or not that job shows up in terms of you having to change the company that you're at or go to a whole new company, because you never know how it would shift. I've watched this happen in relationships, in romantic relationships or marriages. Stay agnostic on whether or not you're getting divorced or not. You just decide how you want to be in partnership in that marriage. And then that allows the container to either rise up or they vibrate away. Because remember, everything is energy. Einstein proved it. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes form. So if you energetically show up with what's authentically you, and you're saying, hey, this is the kind of relationship and partnership and marriage that I desire, or this is the kind of employer relationship with this kind of pay and this kind of bonus and this kind of travel and this kind of sick time and paid off time, it may show up with your current employer, or that'll vibrate away and then another opportunity will come up. But you have to choose in the inside what that is. I cannot share with you how important it is for you to authentically show up, because otherwise you have built your financial life on stilts. And those stilts are poking holes if you're not showing up authentically in all these other leaky containers. How else does this show up? It shows up from a health perspective. Let's just say you are working hard, you're getting the bonuses, you're getting this, but you know damn well you can't keep going at this pace from a work perspective. You need a more, I don't like the words work-life balance, because do you ever really hit balance? No. So you're trying to achieve something that's not reality. You want more of a harmonic life where it flows together, that it's like, hey, you know what? I know this June I am being called to go do this pilgrimage in Peru. And I'm sitting here going, how am I going to take 2.5 weeks off of being a mom, a business owner, financial planner, you name it? Well, I just know I'm supposed to go. And you know what? I know when I show up authentically that everything will show up to support it, because I've built the muscle to trust this process. For those of you who are left brain linear, I know this might sound so esoteric to you, but I'm telling you, this is the component that you're missing, that you're kind of going, why can't I get this? Why can't I this? And why is this not falling in place? It's not falling into place because you're not showing up authenticity of exactly who you are. And it's time that you do, because more money, more bonuses, more opportunities, more promotions, better marriages, more feeling enough, more feeling that you're worthy, and you'll feel more loved than you ever have, because you've decided to actually show up in the world in all areas of your life exactly who you are, no matter where it lands for other people. Don't forget, hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell. Why? Because I'm going to help you get to a life that you love. And don't forget, go to juliemurphy.com. I have blogs, group coaching, I have online courses, workbooks, books. I'm here to help. We've got the gamut to get you there. Talk to you soon. Bye.